Hey guys, Nicole here with Obscure Reptiles and Caging, and today we're actually going to show you 8 of our cheapest ball pythons if you're interested in getting started with breeding. So let's get started. We're actually going to show you 8 of our cheapest ball pythons that we started off with breeding. That way, if you guys are interested in getting into it, but you don't have a lot of money to spend, these are what we started off with. So one of the first things that we actually started off with is Hazel. So Hazel is one of our biggest females. She is a lesser pinstripe ball python. So for you guys who don't know, she is a relatively simple genetic ball python. She is a lesser and she is a pinstripe, which gives you this beautiful, beautiful color contrast. A lot of these I'm not going to touch and mess with too much because a lot of them either are gravid or going to be gravid soon. She is not yet gravid, but as you can see by this big belly, she will be very shortly. Her follicles are around 25, 28, so she should be going and having her babies and eggs pretty shortly in the next few months. But when we got her, she was around $200, $250. Obviously, she was a baby. She is much larger than a baby right now. We've had her for about 8 years, but you can start off with some simple genes like lesser pinstripe, and if we put her with, for example, G.I. Joe Mojave, we've got a 5 gene. He's a cinnamon blackhead, Mojave, mahogany, pinstripe. You can make some good combos, and one of the best things we've done with her is we used to put her with our male blue-eyed Lucy. That way we could get some not only blue-eyed Lucies, but some lesser pinstripes just like her, and a couple of other genes. The weird thing about her though is we've bred her probably, she's 7-ish, 8 years old, and she's had at least 4 clutches with us, and she's only ever produced 1 pinstripe in every single clutch. Probably about 40 eggs, and only one of them ever had anything with pinstripe. Just a little weird thing about Hazel. But lesser pinstripe, one of the cheapest things that we started off with. We don't really need her, but we love her, so we keep her around. Next up, we've actually got our male purple passion. So he was only about $350 when we originally got him as a baby, but we grew him up, and he goes every season with our female purple passions, which makes some nice purple passions, some blue-eyed Lucies, and some super phantoms. He again was on the cheaper side. Not anything we have is super cheap. We always wanted to make things that were at least right around in the midsection, but our male purple passion is definitely one of the cheaper snakes we've had. We've had him for quite a long time, and he does great every season. Again, he really only goes with our female purple passion, but he was one of our first ever male ball python purchases, and we're very happy with him. So we're going to just do a quick little glance at this girl since she's in shed, about to have eggs, and very grumpy. So that right there is actually... She's actually about to have her pre-lay shed any day now, so that's actually our Calico Spider Cinnamon. So she was maybe $350, $400. We didn't really want anything with spider. We wanted a cinnamon calico, and we ended up getting a discount because it also had the spider gene. But we were only going to be pairing her with 4, 5, and 6 gene males as long as we breed her. That way we have a very tiny chance of having any just normal spiders. The more genes you put into a spider combo, the less chance of it having any sort of a wobble, anything like that. Like she has absolutely none, and she's only a 3 gene. So her babies should be, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 gene spider combos if there's any spider in them. That's why we have her, but she was pretty much on the cheap side, especially for a 3 gene female. She actually should be having her first clutch this season. This is probably her pre-lay shed based on everything that we've guessed and calculated. So hopefully she'll actually be giving us our first clutch of cinnamon spider calico babies. So next up is actually our male. He is our super stud Mojave Pied. Back when we got him on a crazy discount. He was maybe only like $300 when we got him. He's probably 4 years old at this point, and he was on some crazy sale that somebody was doing around Christmas time, Black Friday, but we call him our super stud because every time he goes with a female, he is always the father. But he's had like 300 or 400 babies in the last few seasons every time we use him. Even if we've used 4 or 5 other males in the exact same female pairing, he is 100% always the father. So we have to be very careful when we use him, only because if we breed him and if he locks, he will be the father. So one day we might let him go, but as of right now, he is our super stud. We use him as a backup, and if we really want a snake to be able to produce eggs that season, we always throw this boy in. We actually just fed all of our younger snakes today, so we're going to be showing you pictures of the next few. This one right here is actually called a super stripe. So she is in the same complex as things like freeway and highway, so we're planning on using her with our 5-gene freeway male in the future. But she was only a few $100s when we got her. She's still only maybe 9-10 months old as of right now, but by the time she's actually up and ready to breed, hopefully she'll be able to create some really cool babies for us. Up here is our fire. She is either a yellow belly or a gravel. So the really difficult part is when it comes to yellow belly, gravel, asphalt, all those different things, you cannot tell until they actually breed what she is. So we're actually waiting on her to shed. That way we can send the shed into Morph Market. It's about $75, and you can actually find out what genetics that ball python is. As of right now, there's not a ton of ball python morphs that you can actually check, but between yellow belly, gravel, and asphalt, you cannot tell by looking at them. So we're hoping by sending that in, they can tell us for sure if it's a yellow belly or a gravel. If she's a yellow belly, then we can definitely use her, and she'll be great for our freeway projects. If she is gravel, then she would produce both freeways and highways, which is not what we're trying to do at this time. So she is, again, she was maybe $400 or $500, and we got her as an already proven adult. She was never with anything with yellow belly, gravel, asphalt, anything like that. So hopefully we can send in her shed, figure out what she is, and either we can use her in the future or find another program that she would fit into perfectly. So this right here, this is actually a snake that we call Morel. She is a banana black pastel female ball python. We actually got her from another breeder. She is an awesome, awesome little snake. She can be a little bit picky when it comes to eating, but she's one of those snakes that like to grow super long. She's not very fat. If you actually compare her to other ball pythons that we had that were born at the same time, she's grown a lot in length, but not so much in thickness. So it might take her a little bit longer to actually be able to breed for us. And again, she's a little bit more simple. It's just a black pastel and a banana, but she's got some great colors. We've got some great plans for her in the future, and we've got some high multi-gene males that are going to go fantastic with her when she's full grown. And last, we're actually going to show you a bunch of more simple gene ball pythons that we produce in the last few seasons. So right here are a whole bunch of different things, from lessers, pinstripes, GHIs, 1 or 2 gene ball pythons. So you can actually get things like male pieds for under $300. I'll post everything right here for under $300 that you guys can actually get from either us or sometimes other breeders. But when it comes to more simplified 1 or 2 gene ball pythons, we like to give you guys a great deal because we do end up getting quite a few of them each season, and we want them to get some fantastic homes. So if you guys are actually looking for ball pythons under $300, make sure you guys message us. Breeding season is just getting underway. We've got a few clutches. We've got clutches on the way. If you guys have any questions, you can put them in the comments below. If you haven't already, please subscribe. We do new videos a few times a week, so I'll see you guys in the next video.